What's up, gang? We're back. I'm gonna walk away for a minute. Alan's gonna be here. We should have the Discord being captured to the stream. So if anyone wants to jump in our on-stream chat in our Discord channel, if you're a backlogger or an Archonian, you can do that and talk to Alan. He's gonna do Delta Green prep right now. I'm gonna walk away because it's none of my business.
Yep. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to do is download this PDF. So, hey, Deltron, how's it going? Over here at Steve's place, living it up right now. We're going to be going over Delta Green, which is a Call Cthulhu, but it's more to do with like it's more to deal with like the X-Files kind of way of thinking of suspense and horror. Like I don't know if you've ever seen that show, True Detective season 1. It's a lot like that. Hey, how's it going? I'm Matt. How you doing? Appreciate it. Where were you guys earlier? We were streaming since 11 in the morning. But let me get the free PDF from here. Is it on here? Man, the Delta Green people have crazy freaking covers for their game. So this is the main book. This is it comes with the keeper book and the player book. But they don't call them the keepers in this one. They call them handlers, and they call the players agents. But one of these days I'll get that book. once I get a steady position again. Let's see. Sleeping. I was streaming until 12 a.m. Holy shit! How long was your stream? 8 hours? 9 hours? Damn, dude. I hope you have energy for tomorrow. 10 hours? Damn, dude. That's great. What's your follower count out now? Did you beat 400 yet? I know you beat 300 I think last week or something, right? Oh, is this a new book? What, man, their covers are so unsettling. I'm at 347. Well, you're almost there. You're almost there. That's great, dude. I'm really happy you're enjoying streaming. I hope you can find a nice niche in the Star Citizen community. It seems like you already did, actually. So keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. I'm rooting for you all the way. Actually, can I go back with this? I can't. Sick. So this is what we're going to be using, the need to know. This is a free PDF you can get. He might already have it on Discord. Yeah, I'm already known in the community as the RP guy. Really? They don't have any other RP guys? Anyway, keep going. Yeah, no problem. I'm surprised they don't have more RP people. Really? No? With that big of a community? Deltron says they have a lot. So maybe you should not streamers. All right. Well, if I was you, I would get a hold of them. I would message them and be like, "Hey, you want to RP on my stream?" If that's what I would do if I was you. Let's see. There are RP orgs, but none are very active. I have into one. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, keep it up then. You'll have plenty of time. Here we go. I just found the PDF. Download that. Well, we've been having a great time this week, Matt. I wish you were here for more of it. I know you're busy streaming, but I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Mur is one of the streamers. All day tomorrow. Okay, cool. There were a bunch when I was still into it. Okay. They probably have chillax since you stopped, pretty much. So can I go? Yeah. So we're just gonna go through this. Some passed away? Oh no. Damn. Oh, you hate to hear that. You hate to hear that. Mm. I've met some streamers that will RP with me, but they don't do it normally. Yeah, it's funny. I met like a bunch of Call of Cthulhu role players, but none of them want to stream. None of them want to stream. Like they want to do everything privately, which is fine. I understand. But it's interesting how some people are very like, I don't want it to be streamed. I don't want people to know I'm playing the game. I just want to do it privately. I'm like, okay. There's a joke that a lot of us OG backers are gonna die before the release. Yeah, it's an honest possibility because the game's been what in production since I want to say at least 10 years, right? It's been a decade, right? I bet 1.1 will be in less than 3 years. It's been in production for 10 years, a decade, yeah. Jesus, dude. That's just I I really hope it works out. I really hope you don't guys get like some horrible news one day like they're just gonna say, "Oh, sorry, the project has been canceled due to reasons." I hope to God that doesn't happen to you guys. Because that's gonna be a super bummer. Nah, it's going all the way. I hope so. I hope so. Too many wells for it to stop? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. If they didn't have this much support, it probably would have stopped a long time ago. I just but anyway, I'm really happy. I can't wait for you to grow more, Matt. But let me get into this before I kind of want to read this on this screen. Let me see if I can move this. Oh no, wait, no, I can't because if I move this, yeah, I can't. All right, I'm gonna have to keep it that here. I'm using uh I'm on Steve's setup right now, so I'm not used to his computer. But basically right now I'm gonna be going through the rules and to see just how different this is from regular Cthulhu. Because regular Cthulhu, this game was made because there was a fan of people who wanted to play a sort of FBI version of Call of Cthulhu. Because Call of Cthulhu is more like in the 1920s. But this is more in the modern times. Any picks of the creatures in this Delta Green? There is one. But Matt, you're playing tomorrow with Delta Green, right? Matt, I almost want to tell you you're gonna have to leave because I'm gonna be talking about the adventure tomorrow. And if I show you the monster, it's gonna be a spoiler. I've only played. I have to leave anyway. Okay, let me know as soon as you leave so I can show everybody the monster. Yeah. Have fun. Okay, no problem. I've only played in one game of Delta Green, but it was fun. No, Delta Green is really fun, but I think it might be harder than regular Cthulhu. Leaving now. Okay, bye. Okay. So let's read this little thing at the beginning. Born of the U.S. government in 1928, raid. So this Delta Green was made in 1928. Massachusetts, a agency known as Delta Green, spent 4 decades opposing the forces of darkness with honor, but without glory, stripped the sanctity after 1969. So this is just the history. Delta Green agents slip through the system, manipulating the federal bureaucracy while pushing the darkness back for another day, but often at a shattering personal cost. Yo, what up? What up, Yum Hum? Just popping in to say hi. I want to see. Okay, no problem. You're not playing the session, right? Because who's ever playing with me, they can't see this because I'm gonna be talking about the spoilers. Delta Green is a role-playing game. You are one of those agents. You're the one they call when unnatural horrors seep into the world. You fight to keep the cosmic evil from claiming human lives and sanity. You conspire to cover it up, so no one else must see what you've seen, or learn the terrible truth of what you discovered. Sadly, can't make it. Okay, so so you're good. You can watch this. Yes or no? Popping in. Thank you. Wait, is this Yum? Is Yum Yuri? No. I don't. No, I think Yum is Yuri. I'm sorry, I'm not good with the screen names. So this is the main difference between Delta Green and Cthulhu. In Cthulhu, called Cthulhu, the players are usually don't know about the mythos at all. They don't know about all these creatures. They're like oblivious. And then during the adventure, they meet these horrors, and that's how they start getting into it. But in Delta Green, you already know about the horrors, and you're trying to cover it up, basically. So you're playing as the government, pretty much. So Call Cthulhu, you're discovering it, and maybe you can show it to the world. Who knows? But in Delta Green, you're playing as the people who have to cover it up, because you don't want more people to know, because it's gonna wreak havoc, basically. So in this book, you get the complete rules for investigators. You get 6 characters ready to play, and 1 adventure called Last, which I'm going to be running. Last. So I'm going to be running this adventure tomorrow. Change my handle. Yes, you are the Men in Black. Zero insight fence. It's cool because when you make your character in this game, you have to write in your backstory how you got into Delta Green. So you have to write something like, "Oh, I saw my best friend get eaten by a cosmic horror, and then they found me," basically. Or, "I saw a UFO, and then they got me, and now I have to work for them, because they told me you can either get your mind erased or you can work for us." So it's stuff like that. So the system's going to talk about how to be a player, a handler, character sheet, blank character sheet, creating. This is a great beginner thing, by the way. Combat, death, sanity, willpower, bonds, and home, and then the adventure. Yeah, we can either confirm or deny this. Yes, there's going to be a lot of that tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of that. Oh, I love these pictures. Look at this. The just really disturbing kind of stuff. Delta Green's role-playing game, Cosmic Horror, Daily Conspiracy. It's about men and women making awful choices and doing terrible things to prevent far worse horrors from happening and destroying humanity. Delta Green was a game about fear, about seeing the horrors to come and choose to stand against them. The book provides everything you need to play for your agents and the agent handbook. Delta Green is played by a handful of friends. Yeah, on the table. The handler, that's the GM. It's the referee and the host and the narrator. If you are the handler, it's your job to present the mystery to the players, some terrible events that the agents must investigate, a horrific threat that they must thwart, as well as the conspiracy, the consequences if they fail. Okay, yeah, basic stuff. The operation, the many Delta Green operations already written, some freely available online. Yeah, the result. Okay. They still wipe some of the details from my mind. No. So what you need the book. Dice. So this is using, I think this is using the same dice. Let's see. 1d8, 4d, 4d6. Yeah. So this is just explaining how to use your dice, but we already know that. Percentage dice. So this is the same thing like Call of Cthulhu. We roll a d100 for skills. And yeah, that's the same thing. And you want to roll under your skill, I believe. Same thing. Moral conflict is a huge part of it. It's great because you know if the decision you make is right or wrong. Yeah, like I was reading about an adventure this guy did, and basically the players had a conflict because they were able to stop the horror from happening, but there were people that found out about the murder, so they had to pin the murder on some innocent guy so that they wouldn't find out about the horror. So sometimes you got to do that in this game. And over time, that's going to stress out your character, and you're going to have to like take some time off or go talk to your friends or stuff like that. Okay, so Delta Green begins. Okay, describe the actions. So this is just telling you how to play, but I'm pretty good at that already. Trust the handler, work together, respect the mood. Mood is everything. Enjoy the bleak humor that often comes with seeing troubling things, but don't let your eagerness to get a laugh ruin the suspense. Yeah, that's fine. So how to be a handler. So this is just how to be a GM for this game. Examples of play. I'm pretty good at that already. So character sheets. Or drink a lot. Yeah. If you ever see that show, True Detective, that's a great example of this game. True Detective Season 1 is a great example of like they're tracking down a serial killer, but there's also this weird cosmic horror thing that's happening too. Can I make my backstory about witnessing every encounter the cast has been involved in through astral projection? Yeah. But they probably wouldn't even let you leave the facility if you've seen that much. They'll probably be like, man, we're gonna have to like do something with your brain. Agent's name, profession. So this is another thing that's different from Call of Cthulhu. They have stuff like anthropologist, historian, computer scientist, engineer, field agent, physician. So it's more like government jobs. Scientist, special operator, employer, which agency or company does the agency work for, nationality, sex and age. I don't think age matters in this game, because age matters in Call of Cthulhu. Delta Green recruits are in their 30s, old enough to be established in the challenging careers. Most agents stay in the group until retirement age if they live that long. If your agent is younger, what special skills or circumstances brought him or her into the group? If older, what caused your agent to stay? So statistics, we have strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, POW, and charisma. This is the same as Call of Cthulhu. Power. They indicate overall qualities of your training. Each has a score of 3 to 18. Oh, that's interesting. Most human adults have 10 to 11. That's the average. Stats lower than 6 or higher than 15 are rare. Each stat has a space for its times 5 ranking. Multiply the stat by 5 to fill the number. So this is just how to do it. Each stat space is if that stat is below 9 or 11, it stands out in some way. If intelligence is 15, you might write very clever. Gotcha. I played a research slash record keeper. It was my job to record the events, but then also make them palatable for the public. So you had to change the story, right? So you can't write, "Oh, we saw some sort of weird colors in the space. Oh, it was just some sort of testing for the military or something." I'm gonna do this. So yeah, they're like, yeah, those colors, those weird things you saw in the sky last night, those weren't UFOs. They were just that was just a testing thing for the military. All right, so this is a new thing here. So we got hit points, willpower points. This is something new. This is not called Cthulhu. It indicates mental fortitude and drive, and then we have sanity. Willpower is a different thing. And we also have bonds. This is something that's not in Call of Cthulhu either. A bond represents the most important human relationship in your agent's life. It's either a specific person, spouse, son, daughter, best friend, or a group of people who are tightly enough bond that your relationship with one affects your relationship with the others. A platoon from the war, spouse's kid, support group. Each bond has a score that begins equal to your agent's charisma. When a bond score falls, that relationship suffers. Demanding professions allow fewer bonds. Okay. It was swamp gas and built up the carbon dioxide that made people hallucinate. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. So this is kind of in Call of Cthulhu, when you go insane, you usually have to go to like a hospital. Yo, is that Bond? Hey, I know this guy. I support Bonds. Man, what a crazy coincidence. Dude, how you doing, man? Is this your first time coming here this week? We're doing like a special ArchoniaFest thing this whole week, celebrating 5 years of ArchoniaFest. I mean, of doing these live streams, basically, on Steve's channel. It's been crazy, dude. 5 years of hanging out with Steve. I gotta thank, I don't know if you remember Lizzie. Lizzie was the person that introduced me to Steve. And you might have asked, thinking back, you might have asked me to ask Lizzie about D&D. Maybe you told me about Lizzie, who then told me about Steve. Well, it's been more than 5 years. It's only been 5 years of us streaming, but I think I met you like, God, I feel old. I think I met you like 7 years ago. I feel like it's been at least like 7 years. Damn. We gotta hang out, man. I miss you. I think you moved pretty far away from the beach area, but don't be a stranger, man. I think I told you about Steve. Okay, well, Lizzie is how I met Steve because Lizzie was part of Steve's D&D group. You are old, damn. Thanks, thanks, Taylor. How you doing? How you doing, Bernie? Yeah, you're an awesome dude. I miss you all. Thanks, Bond. We got hang. We got to reconnect. I feel bad that we hung out so much in the past and we haven't got to hang out since. But right now, I'm going over this game called Delta Green because I'm going to be running this tomorrow at Steve's place as a one shot. So I'm just going over the rules right now. I'm prepping for the game. Yeah, I'm still here in Pasadena, really into board gaming scene. Okay, so you're still, man, your collection must be crazy now. I had to stop, dude. I had to stop buying board games because I had way too many and I wasn't playing them. I have so many board games that I never play. You were like the only person I played with, and then other people I met through you. But I haven't got to really touch a board game since pre-pandemic. We're spouting government names now, Alan. Please. How you doing, Bernie? Okay, so, but yeah, don't be a stranger, Bond. You should come down to hang out at Steve's place. I'm sure he'll love to see you too. We talk about you often, actually. I think we actually talked about you the other day. We were like, man, I wonder if we can get Bond to come down for ArchoniaFest. Don't let me interrupt you. I just wanted to say hi, A. That I love you, and that congrats on the channel. Yeah, no problem. Well, this congrats to Steve. This is not my channel, but I just hang out here. But yeah, don't be a stranger, sir. We miss you, bro. I had to do Kickstarter. I had to do a Kickstarter intervention to stop buying games. Yeah. I rarely buy any board games now. Only if I'm like super interested. Like I'm talking like crazy interested. And if it's like a small little game. But right now I'm more into playing role-playing games. That's what I've been doing a lot lately. Because I actually have people to play with, like Steve. You're a D&D guy. That was your calling. Congrats. Oh, thanks. But yeah, we're going over Delta Green. So we got bonds. And we got mental motivations and mental disorders. Your agents start with 5 motivations: personal, beliefs, drives, and obsessions. Motivations aren't as powerful as bonds, so they don't have scores. Bring them up in play and show that motivation and support your agents and make life worth living. Each time San hits the breaking point, replace the motivation with your agent's new mental disorder. Oh, okay. That's crazy. So that means when you go crazy in this game, one of your motivations gets taken out and replaced with a disorder. That's crazy. Oh, that's really good. I like that. I like that. It's been years since I've seen Steve. Yeah, man, come over. Come over, dude. We're going to be doing this all day today and all day tomorrow. Come over, dude. Well, at least call Steve and make sure. At least call him up. Incidents of sand loss without going insane. There are 3 check boxes, each for violence and happiness. Where's that? Oh, right here. Violence, happiness. Interesting. This is something new too. This is not in Call of Cthulhu. You get disorders, yeah. There are 3 checkboxes, violence and happiness. They track how close your agent is to becoming psychologically adapted to that kind of trauma. If your agent loses 1 or more sanity due to violence or... Oh, sorry, not happiness. It's helplessness. Helplessness. But doesn't go insane. Mark the appropriate checkbox. If your agent goes insane due to that type of trauma, erase all marks. See Adapting to Sanity, page 38. Interesting. I wonder what happens when you get all 3. We're probably going to see that on page 38. Skills. Skill knowledge takes months to learn and learn decades to master. So this is the same as Delta Green. I mean, as Call of Cthulhu. There's a few exceptions. Craft is mastery of some difficult trades such as electronics, human intelligence, unnatural skill. Knowledge of things man was not meant to know is the most awful secret of reality. Alright, so this is the same like in Call of Cthulhu. So if your skill is 1 to 19, your dabbler 20 to 29, hobbyist 30 to 39, basic training, college minor 40 to 59, years of experience 60 to 79, decades of experience, and then 80 to 99, a lifetime mastery. So all this right here and this is all new stuff. Wounds, armor, gear, weapons, special training. If your agent is hurt, make a note here, describe what happened, give enough detail to make it interesting. Armor and gear, weapon, skills, personal details, development which affect home and family. If your agent gets in trouble at home, suffers a reduction in a bond. So this is like the TV show kind of thing where the agent goes home after a long day of work and he hasn't been home in like weeks or days or whatever, and his wife is like, so you just don't come home now from work? What's the deal? And he's just like, just shut the fuck up, bitch. And then he breaks something and then he leaves. This is like the bond thing that's happening here. Explore the details, ramifications between the operation. Special training. Some bodies of knowledge are not common to every agent, but don't require commitment. So this is each skill. So dex for lockpicking, swim for scuba gear. If the handler says your agent has a particular kind of special training, write it down. Okay. So this is creating an agent. I think this is pretty much the same. Name of bonds. Calculate attributes. Breaking point equals sand minus power. We're going to have to read what that does. Choose. Okay. Well, let's read this. Choose profession. If you're most interested in exploring the strange cultures of ancient history, play anthropologist historian. If you're most interested in criminal investigations, uncovering occult conspiracies, play a federal agent. If you love tech, play a computer scientist or engineer. If you like the gory details of what the unnatural human anatomy, play a physician. If you're interested in figuring out weird manifestations, play a scientist. If you want to play a soldier with training for the war on terror, play a special operator. Think up details as you go. Does the federal agent work for the FBI, DEA, U.S. Marshal, etc.? Okay. This is pretty sick. In my opinion, the psychological impacts with the Delta Queen is awesome, but it has too many facets. Call of Cthulhu Sanity is basically the same thing, but less damning to manage in game. Yeah, I don't go too crazy with Sanity when I play Call of Cthulhu, because I feel like the players already have enough to worry about when it comes to like surviving the game from the monsters. But I do try to tell them, if they see a crazy horror and they're suffering some sort of sanity loss, I tell them, I try to do something mechanically, like they're gonna have disadvantage with this next attack because they're scared, or they trip over something and they fall to the floor because they're scared, they can't comprehend what they're saying, or since what happened last night, if you survived, now you have trouble sleeping that night because you can't go to sleep. Basically, stuff like that. All this stuff is kind of like optional stuff. Like, you don't have to use every single rule in the book when playing a game. You can gradually add stuff in. Like I was listening to a podcast of a Call of Cthulhu, and this guy who runs the cast, he's been playing Call of Cthulhu for like, I don't know, 10 years. And they were talking about sanity, and the guy says something about the sanity rules, and then he says, "Oh, is that how the sanity rules work? I've been doing it wrong this whole time." And that's crazy. Like, but that goes to show you, you don't have to play by the rules like super crazy. You can be light with it. But I am interested in this bond stuff. Determine how many bonds your agent gets. Describe each bond. At the early stages, bond don't need to be many details, but each should have the name, a specific relationship, ex-husband, special agent, freaking FBI partner. I do like this bond stuff because this is going to help you describe your character. Number of bonds. Oh, so each profession gives you a different number of bonds. So I guess the more crazy you are with the government, the less time you have for friends and family. I see. Examples of bonds: spouse, ex-spouse, son, daughter, grandparent, best friend, longtime coworker, therapist, children, parents, siblings, church, and fellow survivors. That's a good one. Define motivations. Other than bonds, what makes your agent tick? The love for a devoted pet, a passionate hobby. Write down motivations. Okay, each time your agent hits the breaking point, remove a motivation. Okay, so this kind of shows how your person gradually starts to become more and more fucked up, basically, because he starts to lose interest in his hobbies because of the stuff they're seeing. Okay, so Okay, so this tells you which skills you get for each class. So historian, computer scientist, federal agent, physician, scientist, special operator. Choose bonus skill. What brought you to Delta Green? This is a good one right here. If your agent is new to Delta Green, you're done. If your agent is a veteran, pick a traumatic background from the table over here. Sand accordingly. Work with the handler to determine the details of what happened and how you were brought to Delta Green. So this is a cool little thing. They have this in Call of Cthulhu where they have experienced investigators, but there's more of this in Delta Green. So like if you have extreme violence, +10 to occult, -5 sanity, -3 charisma. Lose 3 charisma means -3 from each bond. You are adapted to violence. Captive or in prison, +10%, -5 sand. You are adapt to helplessness. 5 experience. Hard experienced. Remove 1 bond. Things man was not meant to know. Reset breaking point to the new sand, -POW. Gain a disorder. So here's an example of like a full character sheet. So this is Agent Cornwell, FBI, U.S. Special Agent. His motivations: figuring people out, protecting the American people, following the law, rooting out dangerous conspiracies, and new romance. Personal stuff. Despite years of psych training, the research work has left you cold. It wasn't the kind of problem solving you craved. Then you befriended a neighbor who was an FBI agent, and everything clicked. You took your time. You wanted to be ready for the fast track, so you went to the law school and then applied, and they accepted you. You're one of the Bureau's best investigators. Nobody reads people like you do. A couple of years ago, you spent undercover investigation of a dangerous military group. It was hard experience and it exposed you to some unnatural things, terrible and supernatural. When it was over, your second marriage was ruined. Your sanity was down, and you knew more about the occult and a lot more about heavy weapons. You and the handler should describe this. That's crazy. So basically in this game, the better your player gets at solving mysteries, the worse your bonds get. Like your personal life suffers, basically. And he's good at lot picking. All right. So these are more examples of players. Okay. Stats, required to roll. You must roll the dice per pursuit. When one character wants to catch another. Oh no, this is a chase. Driving versus driving, athletic versus athletic, swim versus swim. One opposed test makes for a short chase. If a more substantial pursuit, one side needs 2 successes. Interesting. Win cancels each other out. If the core wins, they lengthen the lead. The pursuit needs to win. Once they reduce the lead again, they gain ground. Okay, so this is like shorter rules when chasing people. In Call of Cthulhu, there's like a whole chapter for chases, and they made it really simple in Delta Green. A chase should require 3 successes to win, only if it's a long drawn-out chase. In a pursuit, a critical success counts as 2 successes. Okay, so they made it a lot more simpler in Delta Green. In Call of Cthulhu, it's like, I don't have the book with me right now, but it's like a huge chapter just for chases. And I never use the chase rules in Call of Cthulhu because I think it's a little bit too complicated. Luck roll. Sometimes the handler calls for a luck roll. If you have to make a luck roll, it doesn't depend on skill, talent, or willpower. It all depends on a 50-50 chance. So this is another different thing. In Delta Green, it's just a 50-50 chance for luck. There's no luck spending in Delta Green. So that's going to be tough. I feel like people are going to die tonight. There's no luck spending. It's just a 50-50 chance. Damn. Bonus and penalties. In most cases, roll agents base stat. If the handler modify the chance by minus 20%, subtract 20 from the rating. If things are in your agent's favor, modify the chance by 20%. In rare cases, a bonus of 40%. Okay, so instead of doing an advantage roll, they add percentages in Delta Green. So if you have like a 40% chance to succeed, is that minus? Subtract the rating. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think I like advantage and disadvantage better than this. Combat. All right, so let's see how different this is than Call of Cthulhu. So here they have aiming, which gives you plus 20% to your next attack roll. Plus 20%. Oh, okay. I think I understand now. So if I have like a 70% chance, it will give me an 80 to your next attack roll. Okay. 1 action per turn. Combat is resolved in turns. Each typically lasts a few seconds, but a given turn might represent a split second of violence. Each character acts once in a turn. The character with the highest dex goes first. When the highest dex... Okay, next. Choose on your turn. Choose an action. Attack. Quick damage, 1 attack. And damage roll. Usually it's a series of blows. Hand-to-hand combat. See defense rolls. Call shot. If an attack that ignores cover or armor but is minus 20% penalty, 40% penalty if it's a hard shot. Disarm. Roll unarmed combat to force the target to drop a weapon. Includes self-defense. Dodge roll. Dodge to respond to an attack, disarm, or pin. Escape. Get out of being pinned. Strength. Okay. Fight back. Roll melee weapon or unarmed combat to oppose an attack. See defense rolls. Okay. Move, jog, run. Jog 10 meters. Run 20 meters. Sprint 30 meters. Pin, hold someone. Wait, anything else. Okay. Dodging, hand-to-hand combat. Your agent can dodge or fight back against an incoming attack even before your agent's dex order in turn. If you do this, it becomes your agent's single action for that turn. Agent who has already taken another action that turn can't dodge or fight back until next turn. Really? Okay. In order to dodge or fight back, your agent must know an attack is coming and be physically capable of blocking or evading it. Dodging opposing hand-to-hand attacks that turn. Lets your agent duck behind cover and evade. Dodging protects against each attack that your roll beats. Dodging never inflicts damage. Okay. Oppose each hand-to-hand attack that turn that cannot protect against range attacks unless your agent physically. Okay. When fighting back, choose an opposing action. Attack, call shot, disarm, or pin. If your roll beats the attack, the attacker action has no effect, and your agent action affects an attack while the roll to. Okay. So this is all pretty much kind of like Call of Cthulhu. Sets for attacks affects damage. At 2 HP or below, your agent falls unconscious. Really? That's different. For an hour until they're healed to at least 3 HP. An agent injured that seriously must roll a con test. If it fails, look at the lowest die in the percentage of a single D10. The agent loses that many points from a single stat of the handler's choice permanently. Oh my god, this is so brutal. That's so if you go down to 2 HP, you have to do a contest, and if you fail, you roll that D10, you subtract something from your stats permanently. Oh my god. At 0 hit points. Okay, at 0 hit points, your agent dies unless the handler says otherwise. Wow, so they just die at 0? The handler has a lot of discretion. Sometimes common sense says a character can be kept alive with proper medical care, such as surgery or first aid. Other times it's clear that there's no hope. Hit points never go below 0. First aid roll resolves 1d4 HP. It can be attempted only once each time the agent is injured. Agent resting safely gets a con test once a day to recover. Wow. So they don't even get HP by default. They have to do a contest each day. A medical surgery, whichever appropriate, restores 1d4 HP once a week. Damn. I think this is harder than regular Cthulhu. Wow. Lethality rating. Sometimes a threat is so dire that the original damage roll isn't enough. A machine gun, explosion, poison, or heavy weapon has a lethality rating. That's the percentage that the threat immediately reduces the target to 0 hit points. If that fails, the target still takes damage equal to the 2% die added together as an individual 10-sided die. Kill rating. A lethal weapon that can affect many targets has a kill rating. Sorry, kill radius. If it's an explosive, that adds 20% to the chance to hit. Choose the center of the radius. Okay, so hit, roll lethality for everyone inside the radius. Everyone who survives is suppressed, missed. Everyone who has been in the kill radius is suppressed. Okay. Suppression. If your agent is suppressed, your agent must either hide behind cover or go prone. If your agent refuses to hide or go prone, he or she loses 1 sanity, but can act normally. Okay, so cover causes lethality roll to automatically fail, but remember, a fail lethality roll still inflicts hit point damage. Cover reduces damage. Armor piercing. A weapon, if a weapon has an armor piercing rating, it reduces your agent's protection armor rating by that much. Sample damage rolls. Unarmed. 1d4, 1d pistol, shotgun. 2d8 half damage beyond base rating. Double target armor rating. Base range. Submachine gun lethality 10%. Kill radius 1 meter. Hand grenade lethality 15%. Kill radius 10 meters. Strength. Okay, yeah. Wow. This is crazy. Hold on. I gotta take a quick break and use the restroom. I'll be right back. Let me know if you're enjoying this. Be right back. Whew. Okay, so threats to sanity. Three types of sand loss are violence, helplessness, and unnatural. Each threat comes with 2 possible sand losses, one more severe than the other. When your agent is facing one of those threats, make a sand roll. That means rolling your agent's currently sand or lower percentage. Okay. If you succeed, your agent suffers a lower sand loss. If you fail, yeah. Okay, examples. Oh man, there's a lot more ways to lose sanity. Ambush, surprised by a corpse, reduced to 2 HP or less. Whoa. Torture. Wow, so there's a lot more ways to lose sanity in this game. Destroyed a teammate's body, kill a self-defense. Okay. Torture someone. Accidentally kill an innocent. 1d8 sanity damage. Kill an innocent in cold blood, even for good reason. 1d10 sanity damage. For a fail roll, add 1 per victim up to a maximum 4 for 1d4, 6 for 1d6. It's crazy. Fired from job. Friend suffers permanent harm. Bond score is reduced to 0. Sentenced to prison. Wake up paralyzed. Find a friend. Remains. A bond dies. Wow. Witness a violent supernatural effect. Seeing a corpse walking. Okay. Interesting. So that's interesting because in this game, it doesn't look like it goes beyond like a 1d10. But there's more ways to lose sanity. Insanity is what happens when you lose too many sanity points There are three kinds of insanity in Delta Green: temporary insanity for short, overwhelming shock, indefinite insanity for accumulated stress, and permanent sanity for an agent who has been driven completely beyond reason. If your agent loses 5 or more SAN, yep, temporary insanity. That means the flight or fight response takes over. Your agent either runs away, lashes out, or curls up into a helpless ball. It lasts until the handler says the agent snaps out of it. Until, usually that's a few minutes. Disorder agent whose SAN is score reaches the breaking point gains a long-term disorder. And assistance depend on the trauma of the breaking point: violence, helplessness, or unnatural. Systems usually don't manifest right away. Your agent reaches the breaking point. Make a note of the character sheet. And you gain a new disorder, whether it came from violence, happiness, or unnatural. Now change the breaking point to the new value, your agent's current SAN minus POW. The handler will determine the details. So wait, let me see. Is the breaking point on the character sheet? $36. SAN minus POW. Okay, so if the sanity gets down to 36, you hit your breaking point. Let's see. Acute episodes once an agent has gained disorder. Further stress may bring it forth anytime the handler agent loses 2+ SAN from some traumatic trigger. Wow, this goes really in depth. PTSD, addiction, depression. I like how depression is in all three categories. Permanent sanity. If your agent reaches 0 sanity, your agent goes insane. The agent becomes the handler's character now, and it's time to make a new one. Yeah. So if you reach 0 sanity, you're done. You're done. Reduce sanity loss. When the SAN loss, your character can attempt to reduce it by projecting it onto a acute personal relationship, damaging a bond. Spend 1d4 willpower. If your agent still has at least 1 willpower, reduce the SAN loss by the amount of willpower spent to a minimum of 0 and reduce the bond score by the same amount. Next time your agent interacts with the bond, decide what shape of damage they take. Okay. So this is how they stop the SAN damage from happening too much. They have to spending 1d4 willpower. Oh, let me see. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I guess that's why the SAN loss isn't that high. But how much sanity do you start off with? Okay. Oh man, he's really close to the breaking point. So I'm trying to find where the breaking point was again. Loses 5. Okay. Agent who loses sanity from a threat 3 times without going insane becomes adept. If your agent loses sanity due to helplessness or violence, check one. Okay. If you check all 3 boxes, adapting to violence, adapting to helplessness, permanently lose 1d6. Wow. Regaining sanity points. Agent gains sand by seeking therapy between sessions. Okay. At 1 or 2 willpower, your agent has emotional break. Suffering -20 penalty to all actions. At 0 willpower, your agent collapses and incapacitated and perhaps unconscious and cannot succeed any tests, including sanity rolls. Regaining willpower. Fulfilling your personal motivation in a way that the handler finds compelling restores 1 willpower. A full night of sleep restores 1d6 willpower. Exhaustion. Each time your character tries to sleep after suffering temporary insanity and reaching the breaking point, you must make a sanity test. Oh. Sanity test for the agent to get anything. Yep. Okay.
What's up, guys? Lost my wallet. Found it now.
Our old friend Bond made an appearance in the chat.
Bond's here?
Well, he's not here now, but he came earlier. He was talking.
Bond,
here.
come back.
Come back, Bond. Okay. Exhaustion. After someone in your agent's Delta Green team undergoes a psychic trauma, if there is not existing bond, if your agent doesn't already have a bond with teammate, gain a new bond equal to half. Okay. Personal pursuits. Okay. So that's interesting. It seems like there's more of a critical thing here with sanity than there is life points. But that's crazy in Delta Green. When you hit 2 HP or below, your agent falls unconscious. How much HP do these guys have? Man, this guy only has 11. This guy has 11. This guy has 13. Okay, so damn. All right. So here's the adventure I'm going to be running. I've already read this beforehand, but it's mostly about they have to investigate an old agent's apartment because the agent has died, and they need to burn anything he might have like any secret information he might have. So the agents get a key to his place to check it out. But as they're going through his place, there's a couple notes they're gonna find that's gonna lead them to a cabin. If anybody's playing this tomorrow, don't watch the stream. I'm about to reveal the monster. few hours away from the apartment. Let's see. The cabin itself is 1 story high, has a kitchen and all that stuff. Behind the building is a outhouse and a shed. 10 yards away is a house near the edge of the woods. So there's going to be a septic tank near the house. And in that septic tank is a creature. Footlocker. The thing in the tank. So this thing in the tank is going to be the agent's wife. Because the agent, his wife died of cancer. And he tried to bring his wife back using some sort of occult ritual that he found during his years of being an agent. But it went terribly wrong. It's like Full Metal Alchemist when they try to bring back their mom. And his wife turns into this crazy abomination. And he was but he couldn't kill her. So he puts her in the septic tank that's outside. And that's the creature right there. And this thing has 3 points of armor. Claw or bite. It has 3 points of armor piercing per strike. Holy shit. 1d3 plus 2. Does it have... So there's no attack bonus in this game? Athletics 99%. Holy shit, this thing is super fast. And it heals 1 HP at the beginning of the beginning of her turn? Holy crap. Unless her body is thoroughly destroyed. So she regenerates. Oh my god. These guys are gonna die. 1d3 plus 2. Armor piercing 3. So there's no... there's no attack bonus in this game. If I were to do the Delta Green Planet, I would make a treatment available from the government that would impact the bonds, but give the players more resistance to psychological problems. After a while, the treatment might be bad. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's interesting. This game is it's a lot different from Call of Cthulhu. This game almost... What do you think? I feel like this game's harder than Call of Cthulhu. I feel like it's easier to die in this game. Because at least in Call of Cthulhu, if you reach 0 hit points, you still have a chance to get back up. If you didn't get hit by too much damage. But this one, if you hit 0 hit points, you're done. So this thing is called the Other. Keeps up the act as long as it can. What exactly the Other tells the agents is up to you. Talking to it for an hour or two adds 1% percentile to each agent's unnatural skill at a sand cost of 1 sand. Keeping it in prison somewhere, an ongoing conversation can be a home pursuit. Okay. The unnatural cost of 1 sand. Happy tabletop day. What up? What up, Alman? Eamon? Yeah, right now we're going over Delta Green. I'm going to be running this tomorrow at the RPG Day table. And I'm going over the adventure that I'm running. Dang, holy crap. Tell the players that they each face sound loss of violence. Okay, 1d6. Holy. Man, how are they supposed to beat this thing? Many say Aemon, yeah. Because, yeah, I had no idea how to say the second name. Ishtar? Maybe? Likewise, if the agents bring Mona out of the tank, but seems to about to kill her or try to bind her, she lashes out with harassing Mary fights for only 1 or 2 turns, just long enough to hurt 1 or 2 agents. Then she sprints into the forest to escape. The other hopes to find another, better corpse to inhabit. If the agents find some way to restrain her in the tank while they light the gasoline, her dying gasps and pleading shrieks are hideous, and they go on so long she screams and calls and far past the time with her voice should have been silenced by fumes. Gradually the screams become high and strange whines, nothing produced by a human voice box. It rises beyond the limit of her. Okay. I tried to read also up on the new TTRPG system my table wishes to transfer the characters to. The second name has not so many scary parts, only yeah. Maybe it's encountered so often depending on the language, yeah. Yeah, it's always interesting when you bring a new RPG to a table. Especially nowadays because there's so many RPGs to play. It's hard to stick with just one. As per the orders, Delta Green investigation are to remove any evidence if it's left there. Okay. So long as nothing else. Okay. I'm just reading what else she does. If her body is destroyed, the spirit of the other abandons the corpse and drifts away unseen, seeking a new host. If another living creature dies nearby, within about 10 meters, the other jumps into the corpse. Oh, shit. That means... Ooh. Okay, I can do some good things with that. I can do... It's like a fucking jumping thing. I looked up the options for the characters, and she would be scary to deal with for an enemy in a few levels, yeah. Ooh, that's interesting. I like that. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I have a really good idea. For a mid-range fighter, warlock, to multi-class, to wizard that develops to a warrior wizard. That's a crazy combo. And here's the handouts. Here's the key to the room. I don't know what date this is taking place. I think it's 2003 because it says the wife died in 2002. So I guess it could be like 2003, 2004. Fireside that combines magic craft and fighting actions. And yeah, that's pretty much Delta Green. So it's not too different. Well, it is pretty different from Call of Cthulhu, but not too different. It mostly they mostly add a lot more options for sanity loss in this game. So there's more sanity loss, and there's more personal stuff to do with the player's personal characters in this game. And I think it's harder because there's no luck spending in this game, which is tough. And you fall unconscious when you hit 2 HP. Because in Call of Cthulhu, you fall unconscious when you hit 0. And if you hit 0 in this game, you just dead. Interesting. But yeah, let me see how much time we got before the next thing on the schedule. Let's see. Why is it so big? Here we go. So here's the schedule for ArchoniaFest. An interesting temporary insanity and loss might be to panic and brain fart on how to use a device or weapon. Yeah, that's a good one. They're like about to attack and they're like, wait a minute, how do I use my gun again? The curse is 1 use per short rest, so the fight could be scary. Okay, so right now this is me, and the next thing is Steve prepping for Archonia, and that's at 2. So we still have a little bit of time. Matron, have you ran Call of Cthulhu and Delta Green? Let me know which ones you've ran. Have you not Delta Green? Have you run Pulp Cthulhu? I do want to do Pulp Cthulhu one of these days at Steve's place. I haven't gotten the book yet. I have the PDF. Which one do you like more, Pulp or regular Call of Cthulhu? Pulp, I think, is good if you want to do like a long campaign. Because doing a long campaign of Cthulhu, man, it's going to be rough. I feel like characters are going to be dying all the time. I want to do a Pulp campaign with Steve. For sure. Hi. Yo, Basement Terrain, how's it going? But it's interesting. Delta Green, I feel like Delta Green is harder than Call of Cthulhu. Because Call of Cthulhu, the dying, I think, is less brutal. Pulp is better for a campaign, yeah. It gives the players more options. I really want to do a campaign. Making monsters right now. Oh, we got somebody at the door. Do we have a special guest? Morkboard, Jason. Okay. Delta Green is too brutal for a campaign. Yeah, I'm surprised how deadly this game is. Maybe it's because most of the characters have stronger weapons in this game. Maybe that's why it's more brutal. Because maybe they expect the players to kill whatever they have in front of them more easily. Because most players have guns in this game. Well, actually, these players don't have guns. Like this guy has a ton of guns. He has a revolver and a machine gun. But these two don't have any weapons. Delta Green is a lot less forgiving. Yeah, it's funny because Call of Cthulhu is already less forgiving. Pulp is more forgiving, and Delta Green is like super. So it's pretty much Pulp Cthulhu is like Call of Cthulhu is normal mode, and Delta Green is hard mode or extreme mode. I think this is like crazy. Just the death thing alone is like crazy. Because over here with death, at 2 HP or below, your agent falls unconscious for an hour until healed to at least 3 HP. A agent injured that seriously must make a con test. If the con fails, look at the lowest die in the percentage roll of the D10. The agent loses that many points in a single stat permanently to a minimum score of 3. That's crazy. Oh, awesome, dude. Pizza delivery. We got some pizza. That's what the hell yeah. Thank you, sir. Pizza time. True, but the sanity impact is worse and it doesn't fit well for campaigns, yeah. But Call of Cthulhu is designed to have high character death anyway, and plenty of opportunities to replace them. Delta Green characters are likely to die, then go permanently insane, but either way, they're out of the game. Thank you so much. Hold on, I'm gonna take a bite of this. I'm kind of hungry. Ooh, it's hot. Woo. Woo. Mm. Tentacle pizza. there are some there is a lot of stuff on this thing. He likes to get everything. Mm. We got mushrooms. I think you put everything on this thing. Pineapple, ham, peppers. He loaded this up. Mm. Oh my god, this is saving my life right now. But this part right here permanently reduce a character's stat. That's crazy. Because that's not in Call of Cthulhu. That's crazy. They did fight a monster in Call of Cthulhu that did reduce a stat. They were fighting the Dark Young. And if the Dark Young grabs you, it will reduce your strength by so many points permanently. But this just happens anytime you fall to 2 HP. Mm. All those toppings hide the taste of the cult sauce. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason I really want to start worshiping Cthulhu right now. Calamari on pizza? I'm gonna have to try that. Stat reduction is one rule terrifies any player, regardless of the system. Yeah, I love it. That's crazy. I can't wait to reveal that tomorrow. It's like, oh yeah, you survive and you lose 5 points of strength permanently. What? That's what I would say. That's crazy. Yeah, it seems like there's way more uh, stuff in here when it comes to sanity loss. Because you can lose sanity. There's way more examples for losing sanity, not just from cosmic horror. You have being tortured, you have shooting innocent people, you have being ambushed, you have sentenced to prison. Don't forget the evil laugh. mm. Mm. But this is great. I was talking about this yesterday, but what really gets me into these games like Call of Cthulhu is because I spent so many years playing D&D 5th edition where your characters are pretty much your characters are pretty much immortal in that game. Like you can't die. Like once you hit a certain level, like you really can't die. So the threat of dying goes out the window because you have so many different kinds of ways of healing, potions, and if you do go down, they give you like 3 chances to get back up, or 5 chances to get back up. And even if you do die, they can just find like a resurrection spell and bring your character back, no problem. So there's no real sense of like stakes in 5th edition, you know? Mm. Mm. Sorry, Carlos says in Call of Cthulhu, you still lose sanity from non-cosmic horror stuff. Yeah, you do. You do, but there's more stuff in here in Delta Green than in the Call of Cthulhu. But I might steal some of these things and put it in my Call of Cthulhu. That's the best thing about playing Call of Cthulhu. You can steal stuff from other games. Some things are just more common in Delta Green because you are intentionally going at it a dark thing. It's a different type of fantasy. In my opinion, D&D is more of a superhero game dressed as fantasy. Yeah, true, exactly. Yeah, you become like the Avengers in D&D. But that's fun, but at some point you're gonna I think you just get bored. Because if you don't, because then the DM's gonna have to keep bringing you more and more powerful things. But unless that boss can like take out the whole group in one hit, it's pretty easy to survive most battles. Excuse me. Oh shoot. This thing almost fell off the plate. There's so much stuff on it. I think Delta Green has some superpower elements though. The game has no real threat, death, losing character. It takes all the challenge away. Exactly. You're essentially laying play on level easy. Yeah, I 100% agree. That can be fun for some people though. Some people like playing a game on easy. But for me, playing role playing games for so long, I want that challenge, you know. And even if I die in Call of Cthulhu, that's fine. I don't mind because sometimes dying is better than surviving, based on the situation. takes all the challenge out of it. Because the government can provide some kick-ass weapons and devices, that's true. That's true. Same thing in Pulp Cthulhu. Pulp Cthulhu, you can get some pretty cool weapons. There are some stats released last year, if I remember right. Most campaigns around the 7th level because of the bloat. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm eating right now. Mm. But yeah, I'm excited to play this. It's going to be interesting. Just because there's no luck spending in Delta Green. That's crazy. There's luck spending in Pulp, right? Even though luck spending is an optional rule. But there's no luck spending in Delta Green. That's crazy. Excuse me. Does agree. Sorry, D&D has a level sweet spot. 3 to 7 is the best levels to play. I agree. Damn, he didn't give me any napkins. Mm. He's like, here's the pizza, no napkins. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just so hungry. I had to eat something. It's tough doing these 12-hour streams. We need to play Call of Cthulhu again. Yeah, if you guys play Call of Cthulhu, let me know, please. DM me, message me. I'll play with you guys. I'll be a player. I'll DM it. I don't care. But yeah, let me know. Let me know next time you guys play. I always speak the truth. Yeah, what up? What up? I think you guys are just jumping between chats right now. But yeah, no luck spending. I still can't get over that. Well, let's see how much. How hard can this thing hit you? 1d3 damage isn't too bad. Wait, where's the dodge? Where's her dodge stat? There's athletics, persuade, combat, unnatural. Where's the dodge? Is there another kind of stat? Or like luck in Delta Green? No, there's just There's luck, but it's a 50-50 chance. Wait, where's the dodge? I didn't see dodge on the character sheet. Yeah, dodge is here. It's just their dex, right? 30%. Dexterity score is 14. That's strange. Yes, Delta Green is Dex check for dodge. Oh, okay. So her Dex is 17. Oh, that's different too. So it's whatever the stat is times 5. Right? Hmm. I'm glad we looked into that because that's different than Call of Cthulhu also. Let me see. So that means her dodge is 85% dodge? Whoa. 21 times 5. And her strength is 105%? Holy crap. Going back to Twitch to chat. YouTube is lagging. Okay. Holy shit, that means this thing is way more powerful than I thought. At first I was like, "Oh, that's not too bad," but now I understand. Cuz they don't do percentages over here like Call of Cthulhu. So 17 times 5. I'm going to have to write these down. 85% dodge on this bad boy. They should have wrote that down here. Let me look at the character sheet again. Hmm. I don't know. Do you guys think I should add luck to the character sheet like in Call of Cthulhu? Or should we just... No, we'll just play it as it is for the first game. We'll just play it as is and see what happens. I'll just be like, sorry guys. There's no luck spending in this one. Don't pull the punches, man. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, sorry guys. Whatever happens tonight, nothing personal. Okay, nothing personal. Nothing personal. I'm gonna be like, before I start, I'm gonna be like, we're all friends, right? Handshake, handshake, handshake. We're all friends, right? Okay. The danger is really part of the thing, and say, yeah, yeah. I'm just so again, I'm used to all those years of D&D where no one dies, so I'm still getting used to that. Die a glorious death, yeah. But it looks like they're gonna have to calculate their own successes here because on the character sheet, because usually there's sections for success, hard success and extreme success. But on these Delta Green things, they don't have that. Hmm. Let me see. Let me look at combat one more time. Dodging, oppose a hand-to-hand attack that turn and lets your agent duck under cover, evade. Okay, in order to dodge or fight back, your agent must know attack. Okay. Dodge or fight back even before the agent's dex order is turned. Okay. Delta Green, does Delta Green use hard extreme success or just success and fail? It in the quick start, it doesn't look like they use uh in the quick start it looks like it's just success or fail. But I played this with a group of people and they were using success, hard, and extreme success. I guess in the quick start they don't mention that. Hmm. I guess in the quick start they don't worry about that. Let me see. Hmm. It had regular, hard, extreme when we played, but Swan may have just added that. I might just add that too. That won't really affect the game too much, I think. I think they just did it like this just to make it easier for first time players. Okay, so skill if the agent is trying to do something. Stat if anyone might be able to do without training. If you must roll the die. Roll the percentage die 1 to 100. If you roll your skill or lower, or the stat times 5 or lower, your agent succeeds. If not, the agent suffers the consequences. If you roll a success and the die match each other, or if oh, or if you roll a 1, it's a critical. Oh yeah, that's another thing in this game. So if you roll a success and it's like if you roll like a 2 4s, like a 44, it's a critical success. So in Call of Cthulhu, you can only get a critical success if you roll 1, but in Delta Green, you can get a critical success if you roll doubles. So if you roll like, if you're trying to go under 50 and you roll like a 44 or a 33 or a 22, that's a critical success. Or 1. Your agent succeeds as perfectly as possible. If the roll is a failure, the die match each other or is 100, that's a critical failure. So if you roll a 66 over your 50, that's a critical failure. Damn. Oh my god. That's crazy. Wouldn't mix that with the hard and extra. It's either one or the other. Yeah. I don't remember that happening in our game. Yeah, that's crazy. So if you roll doubles, it's either a critical success or a critical failure, depending if you're above or below your stat. That's crazy. What if two characters are using the skill in direct opposition to each other? Maybe you want to oppose the enemy attack with your agent's dodge skill, or you want to defeat an enemy's awareness with their stealth skill. Both sides roll as usual. A critical success beats a success. Otherwise, the highest succeeding die roll wins. Okay, so they don't have hard or extreme in this. They only have succeed and critical success, or fail or critical failure. So there's no hard or extreme success. If both fail, the result is up to the handler. Maybe they keep trying, or maybe okay. And here we go, luck. Sometimes the handler calls for a luck. If you have to make a luck roll, it doesn't depend on the skill, talent, or willpower. Just roll a percentage die, and you have a 50-50 chance of a success. Loving this, by the way, FYI. It's after 2. Oh, okay. So was it supposed to be after 2? Let me see. Yeah, luck roll in Delta Green is just a flip of a coin. It's a 50-50 chance. But it doesn't say you can use it to make a roll better. You just use it for a situation. So say, I don't know, say like some rocks are falling down. I can say use a luck roll, and you have a 50-50 chance. Hold on, let me see. So this is me. I think Steve is at 230, if I'm reading this correctly. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I think it's actually 230. So I might have a little bit more time. Okay. All right. I guess that's how we're going to do it tomorrow. No hard, no extreme success, just succeed or critical success if you roll doubles. That's how we're going to do it. I got to do rules as written for the first one. Oh, you're right. My mistake. No. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. That's crazy. So I wonder if a critical success will happen more often if it's doubles. I don't think I've ever rolled doubles. Like, let me see. On a D100? Let me try right now. Oh, no joke, guys. I just rolled a double. Can I show this? Yep, check that out. Oh. Why is this so hard for me? Yeah, I rolled a 22. I swear to God. I didn't fudge that. That would be a critical success. Unless I was trying to hit 20 and below. But if that was like 30%, that would be a critical success. Lol. My mother always said I was a lucky guy. Let's see. All right, so I think I have a pretty good idea how to play this tomorrow. No hard success, no extreme, just succeed or critical. You fall unconscious at 2 HP. That's crazy. Oh. You fall unconscious at 2 HP. Okay. And if you hit 0, you're just dead. There's no saving for hitting 0. Had to walk away for a bit. Kitties was reminded me it was dinner. Okay. Wait, is this no. Okay. Steve's wife has a cat, but I haven't seen the cat anywhere. She might have took the cat with her. Because she went on a little trip with the kids. Unless the cat's just hiding somewhere. It's a very shy cat. I think it only comes out when Steve's wife is around. And I gotta remember this lethality rating. This is another thing that's different than in Call of Cthulhu. So in Delta Green, if you roll the lethality rating, you can instantly kill somebody with it. So like, for example, a submachine gun has lethality of 10%. So if you roll under 10%, 10 or below, you activate the lethality. Roll lethality for everyone inside the radius. And it decides if some targets are in. Everyone who survives is suppressed. Sometimes that's the percent chance that the threat immediately reduces the target to zero hit points. If that fails, the target still takes damage equal to 2% die added together as individual 10-sided die. He rolled lethality at the helicopter. The increased chance of crits makes up for the hard and extreme rolls? Yeah, I guess so. But I don't understand this lethality. Do I roll the lethality or do they roll it? So if they roll, like, let me see machine gun. Who has the machine gun? Okay, so the machine gun is 60% to hit. Okay, no. 60% to hit, and it has a lethality of 10. Lethality of 10. So I guess you roll to see if you hit. And if you hit, maybe I roll. And if it's 10% or lower, they die instantly. For any given number, multiply by however many doubles counts as a success. So if 55% is a success, you get 5 critical percents that time. Yeah, that's for the doubles, yeah. 60% to hit and 10% lethality. 1 meter. Oh, let me read that again. A machine gun has a lethality rating. That's the percent chance that the threat immediately reduces to 0 hit points. If that fails, the target still takes damage equal to the 2% die added together as individual 10%. So in this case, I rolled 80, so it would take 8 damage. But if it was 10, it would have died instantly. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no. I get it. I get it now. I get it. I get it. Okay. I get it. So for the machine gun, instead of having damage, it's the lethality that's the damage. So instead of doing the 1d10 regular damage, if you hit the lethality, it's all depends on the percentage die that you rolled within that 1 meter. So if they're within 1 meter distance of the machine gun, and you hit, that's when the lethality kicks in. I think there's a 10% chance of an instant kill. If it doesn't hit that, it causes damage instead. Yeah. So if you're within 1 meter, you're gonna get hit no matter what, right? I think that's how it works. I thought if you don't roll a lethality, you just roll regular damage. Yeah, it's either kills or causes damage, as I understand. It never does nothing. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're this close with the machine gun, 1 meter, you roll the percentage die. And in this case, I rolled an 83. If it's within 1 meter, that means I add the 8 and 3 together, which is 9, 10, 11. So it takes 11 damage. But if I rolled 10 or below, it would die instantly. I think that's how it works. I think that's how it works. If it's within 1 meter. But if it's not within 1 meter, then you have to roll to hit. And then if you hit, it does 1d10 damage. Okay. Got it. Interesting. I wonder if that's better or because in Call of Cthulhu, the way machine guns work is kind of complicated. I wonder if that's better or worse. Of course, you don't want to be within 1 meter of a big scary thing. Yeah. Interesting. So there's a 10% chance it will die instantly within 2 meters if you do a 10-round burst. And it looks like you can only do 1 shot. There's no multiple shots in this game. Depends what does it taste like. Interesting. Okay. So let's say you're within 1 meter of me and I do a 10-round burst. I got 63, so that doesn't kill you instantly, but you take 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Okay. Got it. Got it. And you lose 10 rounds of bullets. Got it. Okay. That's actually pretty good. I kind of like that. I think I might use that for Call of Cthulhu. Because doing machine guns in Call of Cthulhu is a little complicated. I might steal that for Call of Cthulhu. Interesting. All right, I think I'm going to get Steve and see if he's ready. Let me go check him out. Thank you guys for hanging out here with Delta Green. I'm going to be running this tomorrow at... I'm going to be running this tomorrow at 3:30, I believe. It's either 3 or 3:30. I think it's 3:30. Yeah. 3:30 my time. 3:30 Pacific time. 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. So come by, watch me kill Steve, watch me kill Matt, watch me kill Mia. I think Mia's playing too. So come watch me tomorrow when I do that. So let me go get them. Okay. Take care, bud. I'll try to catch the replay. Love to see some El Chicor. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you so much, Matron and Joshua and everyone else that was here, Bond. And I'll see you guys in a little bit.